Dear students, now we are going to discuss about the poem A Roadside Stand. It is written by Robert Frost. Introduction. This poem, A Roadside Stand, is written by Robert Frost. He was an American poet of the 20th century. He wrote about characters, people, and landscapes. His most famous poems are Stopping by Woods on Snowy Evening, Mending Wall, and Road Not Taken. And this poem, A Roadside Stand, presents the lives of poor, deprived people with pitiless clarity and with the deepest sympathy and humanity. Let us see the lines of the poem. The little old house was out with a little new shed. In front, at the edge of the road, where traffic sped, a roadside stand the two pathetically pled. It would not be fair to save for a dole of bread, but for the sum of money the cash whose flow supports the flower of cities from sinking and withering faint. Explanation. The poet has composed this poem to bring to fore the financial difficulty of the people living in the rural areas. The poet noticed an old house on a highway with a temporary roadside stand that offered a few things for sale. The condition of the house and the stand was pathetic. Pathetic means pity. The poor owner of the stand wanted to earn money from the passers by selling a few of the homegrown berries and vegetables. He expected the rich city people traveling in cars to stop at their stand and buy those things from them. However, the people in car were too occupied to notice the stand. Next lines 7 to 13. The polished traffic paused with the mind ahead, or if ever aside a moment, then out of shots, are having the landscape marred with this artless paint of signs that with N turned wrong and S turned wrong, offered for sale wild berries in the wooden squares, or crook-necked golden squares with the silver warts, or beauty rests in a beautiful mountain scene. Explanation. The few passers-by who happen to see the roadside stand complain about it is an ugly spot in a beautiful scenery of the place. They even found the fault with the north and south sign on the signboard hung outside the stand. The roadside stand offered wild berries in wooden squares, crook-necked golden squares, and beautiful sceneries painted on pieces of wood. The poet here expresses his sadness over the indifference of the rich people passing by in their cars without halting at the stand. The poet says he will not complain that the house and the stand are bad spot in the beautiful landscape around. Lines 14 to 22. You have the money, but if you want to be mean, why keep your money disgracefully and go along? The hurt to the scenery wouldn't be my complaint, so much as the trusting sorrow of what is unsaid. Here, far from the city, we make our roadside stand and ask for some city money to feel in hand, to try if it will not make our being expand and give us the life of the moving pictures promise that the party in power is said to be keeping from us. Explanation. The poet says he feels the sorrow of the owner of the stand. He can even read their thoughts. His thoughts are all about earning money from the affluent passers by who do not stop at his stand. The owner wants to achieve financial freedom and have all the luxuries shown in the movies. The owner feels the party in power is also indifferent to their poverty. Lines 23 to 31. It is in the news that all these pitiful kin or to be bought out and massively gathered in. To live in villages next to the theatre and the store, where they won't have to think for themselves anymore, while greedy goodways, beneficent beasts of prey, swarm over their lives enforcing benefits that are calculated to suit them out of their pits, and by teaching them how to sleep, they sleep all day, destroy their sleeping at night the ancient way. Explanation: the party in power has declared in the news that poor people living in the countryside who do not have a regular source of income will be given houses and employment opportunities in a village near a theatre and store. Their financial condition will improve considerably. The poet says such promises are made to them in plenty before the elections. However, after the elections, no one bothers to see whether these promises were fulfilled or not. These political leaders are dangerous like wolves among the sheep. The poet feels the pain and the suffering of the poor owner of the roadside stand. However, he cannot do anything for them except expressing his anguish through this poem. Dear students, this is what about the poem A Roadside Stand, and remaining lines will be discussed in part 2. I hope you all understand this poem. Thank you.